Great at $1.70. How does he look, Alf, this favourite?
Matt, all I can say is he's a magnificent looking animal. I didn't see him in the flesh, obviously, at Caulfield when he won. I was in Adelaide at the time, but it's wonderful to see a beautiful looking horse. Look, he is the late male. There's been good money for him on course. And look, it's pretty much square across.
Ready to run. Group 3 event. Set to go. No sign of the red light. There it is now. Racing, and On Focus began quickly. It's going out looking for the lead from Great is Great, who's booting through now. And Great is Great's going to hold On Focus. They get across in front of Wardroom and Barabba Road. And dropping to last was Rinky Dink. 900 left to go. Great is Great leading by a neck on Focus. A length away in third place, Wardroom, just over racing a little. On its outside, Barabba Road, and last of the 5 was Rinky Dink. Approaching the 700, Great is Great by a half length on Focus. A length and a half away third now, Barabba Road tracking the favoured pair. Around Wardroom, and 2 last of all. Coming around the turn at the 500 in the Jans was Rinky Dink. It's Great is Great, a neck in front of On Focus. In third place, Barabba Road, poised to pounce on these leaders, followed by Wardroom, and Rinky Dink is hard ridden. Coming around the turn at the 300, the leader Great is Great. On Focus, the jockey's gone for the whip. Here's Barabba Road letting down with a big finish. The Great is Great responds at the 200. He's still a length in front. On the outside, Barabba Road's chasing gamely. Great is Great, the leader from Barabba Road, and Rinky Dink runs on late. Great is Great in front at the moment of Barabba Road and Rinky Dink. Great is Great hanging on. Rinky Dink dived late. Maybe on the inside, Great is Great. Maybe Great is Great, a short half head to Rinky Dink. He's defied the pattern of racing if he is the winner. In third position, Barabba Road from On Focus, and Wardroom came in along last. Looks like Great is Great will hold on. Very green, of course, still only his second race start. He had nothing to go with him from the home corner to the 75. King has put the whip on him. I think he'd had enough on the line. Rinky Dink has been the big run. She's come late, very late. 1 is first. 1, 5, 2 is on the frame. 1, 5 and 2. Great is Great will win by maybe a short head, half head at the least. So I don't think he was really suited by that race there in terms of the way it was run, because he's a sitting shot. We saw him at Caulfield at his first start, claim the leaders on the corner and race away. And when I said he has gone against the pattern of racing today, and indeed Saturday, not many leaders led all of the way, especially in sprint races. I know it was a small field here, but he's done a big job, this bloke. That win's a lot better than it looks, even though it's only a margin that is narrow. Great is Great by Desert Sun from Predictions, raced by H. Long. Greg Urell at Cranbourne is the winning trainer. The Jans, taken by Great is Great from Rinky Dink, which was under the whip before the turn. John Didham, Rick Hoare Lacey, and Barabba Road. He travelled beautifully. Blinkers first time, back in journey. He looked as though he was going to go to Great is Great, but he couldn't catch him. And he'll run third. On Focus, she'll go for a spell now. She's won 4 races, all at black type level. And like a lot of the opponents today, a lot to look forward to in the spring.
And he's going to make a nice 3-year-old. There'll be something for him in the spring. Morphettville is next, the Centauria Stakes, over 2,005 metres. It's a listed race worth $50,000 in prize money. And the favourites class Eulogy. We heard from Karen McAvoy. We're now going to hear from Cliff Brown. He's the trainer of number 9, Galadriel.
Cliff, what do you think of the chances of Galadriel?
Mares over 2005 with the rail out a metre. They're all in. Set to go. And they're racing, beginning well from the inside. Terranora out fast in Costa Reno.
Clear barrier.
Classic Patches has been ridden hard to go and find the lead, and it's going to lead early from Silk Vale away well, and Lilo Lil working over. Deeper Still Good Thing getting around Shanghai Moon. Now Terranora gets back. Class Eulogy 4th last from Galadriel, followed by Twilight Rose. At a length and a half away last of all is Dance of Dreams. Into the back straight they head now, and they approach the 1,500 metres, and the pilot now Good Thing took over the running by 3/4 of a length and doesn't cross down to the rails presently. From in second place Silk Vale and 1.5 Lilo Lil. A half away Classic Patches on the inside. Then a length and a half Shanghai Moon, who's racing around in Costa Reno. 3/4 to Class Eulogy, covering Terranora. Terranora, then 2 lengths away Galadriel inside of Twilight Rose, and last is Dance of Dreams. At the 1100, the leader Good Thing by 1.5. In second place, Silk Veil. A half away, Lilo Lil, and fourth on the inside was Classic Patches. Then a length to Shanghai Moon. There's no moves. In Costa Reno to the inner of Class Eulogy, and Terranora's come away from the fence. It's following Class Eulogy now. Further back came Twilight Rose, followed by Galadriel and Dance of Dreams. 800 metres before them, Good Thing leads by 3/4 to Silk Veil, which looks to have the inside running. Then a length away came Lilo Lil, followed by Classic Patches. Then Shanghai Moon, followed by Galadriel sneaking home on the fence. Class Eulogy taking off from in Costa Reno, Terranora. And last is Dance of Dreams. Coming around the turn at the 500 in the Schweppes, the leader Good Thing away from the inside, about a half length in front of Lilo Lil coming through. Here come the back markers now. Quickly out wide, Class Eulogy's moved up. So too through out wider on the course now, Twilight Rose. He let Class Eulogy go at the 300. She raced to the lead. Galadriel coming home on the rails, and wider out Twilight Rose. Terranora not in the race. It's Class Eulogy at the 100. Well clear. She's got them beaten in the Schweppes. Class Eulogy. Twilight Rose is trying hard. Class Eulogy, though, unlucky last start and got the money. 3/4 of a length on the line, maybe a length. Second, Twilight Rose. Third, maybe Lilo Lil, just over Classic Patches. Then Galadriel close up behind those. Came Good Thing, which finished wider out. Then Shanghai Moon. In Costa Reno, Terranora didn't come into it. It was on the back of the winner around the turn, so no excuse from Dance of Dreams. And last over the line, or pulling up behind the others, Silk Veil in 2:06.72. Class Eulogy number 4. 490 and 210 has blitzed them in the Schweppes. Kieran McAvoy for Michael Moroney. So I showed you on the replay this morning on Inside Running, this horse should have finished a hell of a lot closer last start in the Marsh. I thought she should have run a clear second. Instead, she ran 7th. It may have turned some away, but if you have a good look at the tape, she had no luck. And she's had, well, she didn't have any good luck today. She just made her own luck. She stayed out of trouble and clear running. First option at the leaders on the corner, and she raced away. 4 Class Eulogy first, her 5th win, and she's beaten Twilight Rose number 3, which came out of the Widden Stakes, won by Exalted Lad. Luke Curry for David Hall. Luke, a late arrival here today due to some playing difficulties. 1 Lilo Lil, that's been her best run for a little while, and 7's run 4th. 4-3-1-7, 2:06.72, the time for the Schweppes Stakes Race 5, which paves the way for one of our feature sprint races, the Pope Packaging. No, it's a mile. In fact, the Open Handicap 1600 are listed, due to go at 2:30. Big field here in race number 6 over 1 mile. It's a first 4 race on Unitab.
Righto, Hilt, good tip too on the form program this morning. Class Eulogy was one that Hilton was very keen on. Yes, 17 runners in that next event. Now, the extra double at Morphettville, Unitab, 1 and 4, $13.30. That's Naden into Class Eulogy. I've had a chat with Wayne Kerford, the rider of number 11, Winning Spirit.
Well, Wayne, you rode Winning Spirit last week. What did you think of its performance?
Oh, it was a super effort, Alf. I actually thought I'd won the race. I know the stride, and I certainly do. It's when he got back, there was good speed in the race. I probably just was looking for something to cart me into the race for a bit longer than I had to, and probably had to make a little bit longer run than I wanted to on him.
Does this race today suit?
I think it suits today. If there's any sort of speed in the race and it's run genuine, he's going to be the one finishing home over the top of him.
And also, race 8, you ride a horse called Favour. Had a few problems in the gates, but a nice ride for you.
He's a nice ride, Alf, down in weight. Probably its biggest test. It's in this sort of company today, but look, the horse is going really well. Hasn't had a lot of luck its last couple. The horse is like I say, he's racing super. If it was ever going to sort of try and step up into the next level, today's probably the right day for it.
Okay, good luck and ride well. You got 2 nice chances.
Thanks, Self.
Alf Matthews and Wayne Kerford talking about the hopes of Winning Spirit, number 11 in the next. Runners are behind the gates and they'll be moving up shortly. We're just standing by for Correct Weight and the first 4 to come through from
Clark of the course assisted. Racing now, they're off in the Pope Packaging. Slow to begin, Master Gel and Latte, and first away circumnavigating from the inside with Scenicy. Showing good speed also was Fireball. Go the Naki was up there, and just ahead of it Catavia. Now from out wide, starting to work over, was Exalted Lad. It's going up towards the lead as well. And Marin Cheval pressed on, sorting them out. Senesi led Marin Cheval, Fireball circumnavigating, and Exalted Lad. Then Serene back on the inside of Go the Naki. Then came Catavia, and right around the outside, Lady Knockouts pressing on in the early stages, followed by Silvana Latte. Now Latte was back about fourth last with Argenio by the 900 metres, then Real Time None for the road. Winning Spirit copped a check off heels there. It's third last. Mustard Jill is back with it as they come towards the 800 metre mark, and there's one other obscured in the centre at the moment, and that is Sun Tuazi. 700 metres to go. The leader Senesi from Exalted Lad, Lady Knockout, then Fireball circumnavigating on the rails from Marin Cheval. Silvana None for the road taking off. Go the Naki in the centre needing it out. Argenio taken to the outside. Catavia behind a wall of horses from Serene. Then came Latte, followed by Sun Tuazi. Well back to Real Time. Winning Spirit second last as they come around the corner at the 350, and Silvana strode to the lead from None for the road. Go the Naki got out, it runs on, and then came Lady Knockout at Argenio down the outside. Silvana still the leader from None for the road. Go the Naki back to the inner. Silvana from None for the road. Go the Naki, and then circumnavigating coming through late. She's going to do it again, this mare. She loves Morfettville. Silvana scored by 2. Second, None for the road. Third, an unlucky circumnavigating from Go the Naki and Argenio. Just behind them, Mustard Jill, followed by Sun Tuazi. Winning Spirit, Catavia. Further back to Latte, and then came Serene, Real Time, Marin Cheval, Lady Knockout. Senesi was next in. A gap Exalted Lad and Fireball last. Unbelievable, this mare. 6 starts at Morfettville for 5 wins. And she is unbeaten over a mile at Morfettville in 5 of those 6 runs. This is astonishing. Absolutely amazing how a horse can just go to a place and run so well each time. She had 58 kilos today. She drew barrier 15. So you'd think, well, they can beat her today. She was double figure dividends on course, and she's paid $9.30 and $3.30 on the TAB. None for the road was a big run. Number 10, 12.20 for a place. His form's been very good indeed. He drew 17 in the race. Again, Jay Potter putting himself into the fray. So 1 beats 10. 7 circumnavigating, looked unlucky in third place, got buried back on the inside. The gate of no advantage to it whatsoever, but there were very few excuses outside of that, Matt.
Okay, Hilton, thank you, and you can warm up now for the big one, the Adelaide Cup, which is next there at Morfettville, race 7 in about 37 minutes, the big 2-miler. The Unitab first 4 on that race at Morfettville, 1:10.76, $13,008.60. It was also a New South Wales first 4 race, but the New South Wales dividend, first 4 dividends usually take a little while to come through, so we'll keep an eye out for it. Race 6 at Canterbury, they're heading to the start. Ratings, here's the market now. One of those top 4 ratings has come up $44, Odysseus. La Destina racing very well is $9. Nautilism at $6.80 for the Freedmans. Goes well on the flat as well as over the fences. And Pillage and Plunder at $6.10. He's the Cup favourite at $6.10. Down to Corporate Queen, number 14. Chris Muntz has gone across to Ryder, $8.70 for Gay Waterhouse. And of the rest, there's Firetain's a chance at $12 for the smoke-free Adelaide Cup in 14 minutes. Ipswich, race 6 in the jungle, beat Elaborate and Russian Knight, 461.
You got the visitors' gate on Spillway.
Yeah, I don't think he's too disadvantaged out there being the 2 mile. He's going to roll forward. He's probably even lead, I think, Alfie. And I think he ran a terrific race. I thought his run the other day was good. I thought he probably should have pressed on a little bit more than taken a sit on him. So I'll be rolling forward on him today.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
It's Jimmy's comments there on his mount. Spillway, number 12 for Gay Waterhouse. Gay has got 2 runners in the race. She'll also be sending around the more fancied runner Corporate Queen, number 14. Corporate Queen will be ridden by Chris Muntz.
Do conditions suit for Corporate Queen?
Yeah, I think they will, Alf. I mean, she won on a heavy track the other day at Randwick, so I was actually hoping for probably a little bit more rain today, but I'm sure she'll run well.
Be forward, back?
Yeah, I don't think she'll be far away, especially from a good barrier. I mean, she was forced probably back a little bit further than she should have been the other day because of the wide barrier. But, you know, hopefully today she can be in the first probably 6 or so and be hard to beat from there.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
Okay, Chrissy Muntz, the rider of Corporate Queen in the Adelaide Cup. Now at Flemington, runners are getting set for race 6. There was also a race meeting at Edenhope in Victoria this afternoon. Just letting you know the last couple of races were abandoned due to the smoke-free Adelaide Cup of 3,200 metres. Jockeys are mounting up. The rider of Leicester Thunderwing, Darren Gauci, about to come over and jump on board. Let's take you to Alf. Alf, what do you like in the big 2-miler?
Well, this is a very, very tough race, Matt, and a very open one indeed. Look, I'm going to stick with my special this morning, Pillage and Plunder, number 6. I like the horse. He's one of very few runners that, in fact, drops in weight in a race like this. He carried 56 the other day, drops to 53.5. Sure, I accept the fact that he hasn't drawn perfectly, but nevertheless, I think he'll be able to overcome it. And let's face it, he still gets a fair run to be able to obtain a posse back in the field somewhere. I like the look of him. He did work extremely well during the week. Thursday morning, he galloped sensationally, so I'm happy to have him on top. Also, number 17, Firetain. Look, it's going to get the perfect run from the perfect barrier here. Races well this time of the year, and I think Stewie Webb's done a fantastic job with this horse. Been very, very solid on course. Number 17, Firetain, has not moved an inch. Either way, represents a bit of value on the tote. Number 2, Lurdestein. Well, what can you say about it? Just keeps on winning. 3 on the trot. The dead track, probably a little bit of a bonus. Drawn in the middle of the field. It's going to get a respectable sort of run in transit. Reece McLeod knows it very well. And even though people said he dropped his whip over the concluding stages in the Carlton draft, I don't believe it made any difference. It was still strong on the line. I don't think he would have extracted any more out of it. The horse has been trained to the minute, in my opinion, by Robert Smurden. And I'm also going to include, well, the jumper, number 3, Nautilism. Again, he's been fairly solid on course, you know, just under the double figure quote. So I think he's got a genuine chance too. You know, he can run the trip without any trouble, given the fact he's a Grand National winner. And apart from that, look, there's an array of chances. A very, very open race. You know, Corporate Queen, Spillway, they've all had reasonable support on course. Spillway probably to a lesser degree as opposed to Corporate Queen. Even the A-Train, it's been fairly solid too. So I can't put them all in. Big Pat, it's another one that's been extremely solid. Hasn't moved either way. Represents a bit of value, but can't put them all in, Matt. 6 ahead of 17, 2 and 3 for the big one of the day, the Adelaide Cup.
Group 1 worth $400,000 in prize money. Not too many Group 1s left in this racing season. About 4 or 5 left in Brisbane, and this one in Adelaide, of course. Ipswich, Waiters Right, race 6. 4 in the Jungle beat Elaborate and Russian Knight. 4, 6 and 1 with the numbers. Now let's look ahead to the next race at Canterbury. Race 7, Morphettville, is the Adelaide Cup. Let's hear from Dwayne Dunn. He's riding Terminus Prince, number 9.
Dwayne, good to see you back in Adelaide. Is it nice to be home?
Oh, it's great to be home. It's been a real rush trip. I got off the plane at 11 o'clock and, yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle to get here.
Well, you obviously won't leave your form back there. You rode a couple of winners in Hong Kong yesterday.
Yeah, I had that double yesterday and a second, so the form's good, and hopefully I can bring it to Adelaide.
Now, you're riding your father's horse, Terminus Prince, in the Adelaide Cup. You would have had a good talk to him about it. What do you think of its chances?
Well, he's a very good run in the Warrnambool Cup. I know he got sort of dictated to by the speed and got left alone a bit, but I thought he boxed on quite nicely in that race. A big question mark whether they run 2 mile. I don't think we see enough 2 mile races in Australia to really season them to get the trip. So it'll be a question mark at the 800 metre. I'll either have petrol left in the tank or I'll be flat out. And I think if I have got something left in reserve, I think he'll kick and really be a douse stay and be hard to hold.
Well, that's good. Noble Win, interesting ride for you in race 8.
Yeah, a long time since I've ridden this horse. I won a maiden on it back at Victoria Park some time ago before I went to Hong Kong. So you're talking 2-3 years ago now. The horse has improved out of sight. He will get a long way back. He has drawn wide. Whether this track today really allows for run-ons, a little bit few questions whether it will be able to give me a chance to get over the top of him.
And Sadler's Law, it's first up in the last. Do you know much about it?
I actually ride for this owner in Hong Kong, and this horse actually won a 2,000-metre race in England, and it led all the way, and just a sort of a Dow staying type. So maybe the mile first up, I don't think it should be too much of a trouble for it to run it out, and hopefully if it can produce some form and acclimatise to Australia, it might be a chance.
Well, it's lovely to see you back in Adelaide. We wish you well. Be nice to win an Adelaide Cup.
Oh, it would be lovely, and especially for Dad, and that's my main reason I come back. It's Dad's first Group 1 runner, and I just come back and see the family because we've been away with the SARS virus, so the family's been here, so it'd be good to see everyone and get back, and it's always especially good to see you, Al.
Good luck. All right, mate.
Thank you.
Wouldn't that just be the story of the carnival if Dwayne Dunn, this flying visit back to Adelaide to ride his dad's horse in the Adelaide Cup, if it happened to get up and win. Terminus Prince is his father's horse, number 9. A couple of past winners are lining up again this year. The A-Train won it last year, and Apache King won it in 2001, ridden by Peter Mertens. And this was the launching pad for a Melbourne Cup winner about 10 years ago, a bit more than 10 years ago. Sub-Zero won the Cup in 92 in Adelaide before going on to win the big one at Flemington about 6 months later. They're moving in with his call of the Adelaide Cup. Here's Hilton.
Now Exalted Bow comes forward. Exalted Bow goes in. Betting order on track, 14-17 equal favourites, over 6, over 2 and 16, over 3, 11 and 13 equal. There's 8 horses within a few points of each other. Terminus Prince goes in, Corporate Queen right. That order again, 14-17 equal, from 6, from 2 and 16 equal, from 3, 11, 13 equal. That's the order on course. Now Oxford Dollar joins them. Last year's winner, the A-Train, comes forward. Again, Stephen Baster, the rider. He carried 50.5 kilos last year. Here's Nautilism, who last year around this time won the Von Duser steeplechase at Oakbank. Still on the move though. Tarouge coming forward now. Andrew Findlay riding a half over. Now next along is Nautilism. Nautilism goes in. Belton comes up. Very windy day here in Adelaide for the Adelaide Cup. They're just about set. The last couple move in. Ledestina goes forward, Apache King in a pink cap to distinguish from the stablemate. There'll be a big roar from the crowd. They're all in. 3,200 metres. Don't think it'll rain for the Cup. Got our fair share though. Red light on. They're off now, racing in the Adelaide Cup of 2003. And as expected, Terminus Prince was out fast and going out looking for the lead. Nautilism's got good speed, so too Firetain. The A-Train was up there and Tarouge is showing speed, and now Leicester Thunderwing let go with a move through the centre, is going to take up the running. Trapped out very wide, Spillway and I'm Naughty around the first corner. Getting back behind those now was Karazi, and then further back about 10th in the early stages, Corporate Queen inside of Odysseus, followed by Exalted Bow, Pillage and Plunder, Big Pat from Oxford Dollar, Belton, Ledestina back running 4th last, and then came Caradan inside of Our Guided Missile, and Apache King, who won it 2 years ago, was last. Terminus Prince and Croston led. For Dwayne Dunn up on the outside, Spillway's moved up to apply some pressure and go and sit outside the leader now. Third is Karazi, a length away on the inside, Leicester Thunderwing of Nautilism, and I'm Naughty racing 3 wide and in 7th or 6th position out of the straight. Tarouge on its inner, the A-Train last year's winner on the rails, and then Corporate Queen, which has got Odysseus 3 wide. Firetain from Barrier 1 got a fair way back midfield on the rails, a length away Exalted Bow from Big Pat, being followed by Pillage and Plunder, Belton, Oxford Dollar, then came Caradan, followed by Ledestina, then Our Guided Missile, and last of all on the inside is Apache King. Heading towards the 1,800 metre crossing, and the pilot is Terminus Prince. He's got the ears pricked, a length and a half Spillway. 1.5 away, third Karazi. Then a half length up on the outside was I'm Naughty, and then 1.5 to Nautilism, followed by Leicester Thunderwing on the inside. They're evenly spaced, these to speed, fairly genuine. Then came Odysseus 3 wide around Tarouge, a length and a half the A-Train, being followed by Corporate Queen, Firetain. Our Guided Missile starts a move from back in the field, followed by Exalted Bow, Big Pat, then Pillage and Plunder. 3 away Oxford Dollar around Belton, 2.5 to Caradan on the inside of the Nick Moratis pair near the tail of the field, Ledestina, and last of all 3 away is Apache King. off the back. 1,300 metres to go, and the leader is Terminus Prince by a length on Spillway. A length and a half away third, Karazi, being followed in close attendance by I'm Naughty. Our Guided Missiles try to get around the field, has made it to about 5th and 3 off the lead. From Nautilism, perfectly ridden, 1 off around Leicester Thunderwing. Then Odysseus on the outside of Tarouge, being followed by the A-Train. Further back came Corporate Queen. Firetain needing a lot of luck from there, as is Big Pat. They're being hemmed in by Exalted Bow. Pillage and Plunder has clear running, about to come to the outside as they approach the 800 metre mark. Then came Belton, followed by Oxford Dollar. Further back to Caradan. Ledestina still second last, and Apache King at the rear. 650 metres to go. Terminus Prince leads by a half to Spillway, Our Guided Missile. Nautilism's there at the right time, and Corporate Queen's taking off now. Here she comes with her move, and Pillage and Plunder is following her home, being followed by Exalted Bow. The rest headed up by Big Pat, trying to work one off through the field, and Firetain's been held up for a run, gets one off now in the straight in the Adelaide Cup at the 300, and Terminus Prince has been grabbed wide out by Corporate Queen, and Pillage and Plunder let go. The Kiwi shot to the lead in the Adelaide Cup of 2003 from Corporate Queen. Nautilism, Odysseus running a mighty race. Ledestina from the tail of the field's a place chance, but it's all Pillage and Plunder. Pillage and Plunder is coming away over the final stages, and Pillage and Plunder won the Adelaide Cup by 3 lengths. Nautilism, a neck away third. Odysseus, an enormous run, was 3 wide the entire journey. Then Corporate Queen from Ledestina. Big Pat followed in by Karazi. Terminus Prince, Our Guided Missile, a nice run. Firetain may have had excuses, followed by Tarouge. Then Exalted Bow, further back to Oxford Dollar, followed in by Spillway. Then Apache King, a big gap, Belton, Leicester Thunderwing, followed home by I'm Naughty, the A-Train, and Caradan last in 3:28.43. Cakewalk from a mare who is a sister to Viandacross, a mare called Rue, who is a sister to Viandacross, so you knew that the journey wouldn't be a problem, and indeed any given the ground. 6, 3, 1 and 14. This gelding's by Victory Dance. This horse won the Hawke's Bay Cup 2 starts ago at Hastings. It's long been an initiative of TRSA and the SAJC to get as many Kiwis as we can to Adelaide, and one race that they have made exempt from ballot in this particular race, or for this particular race, is the Hawke's Bay Cup. And have a look at how good that form is. This horse has won the Adelaide Cup, charging away from them easily. Stephen King replacing Nash Rawiller.
All right, thank you, Hilton. Good, strong win. He's run the 2 miles out easily. Let's go straight to Alf. He's got the connections.
Yes, I certainly have, Matt. John, congratulations. That was an outstanding performance.
Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Alfie. He's got, you know, he's got plenty of what you need. Balls and character, you know. I'm so proud of him, mate. I bred this horse. I'm just so proud of him, you know.
Well, you've obviously got to be very, very happy. They tell me he works sensationally during the week.
Yeah, well, I didn't think he'd go that fast, but there you go. Well, they might have quick clocks over here.
OK, now you've won a Group 1 Adelaide Cup. What's along the track?
Well, the way he did it, I'll go home, you know, we might put him aside and go to Melbourne. A couple of them have won Melbourne before him, though.
Indeed they have.
If he'd have got beaten, he'd have gone to the Wellington Cup, but we might get him ready for Melbourne.
John, congratulations.
Thank you, mate.
There he is, John Kiernan, and, well, he's provided Pillage and Plunder. We made it a special, and it didn't let us down. It absolutely blitzed them, Matt.
Your best bet of the day getting up there at Morphettville. I think he started favourite at that price. It was that open, the Adelaide Cup this year. $6.30, $6.10 New South Wales and $6.30 Super Tab. But the Kiwis are having a very good trot during the winter or the late autumn. At Doomben on Saturday, they won a couple of feature races there with that very smart filly that they've got named The Jewel. Bob's Boy won a good race. He won the good 3-year-old race and is on his way to the Derby. The Kiwis